Hey there, guys, gals, fans, and pals. I really gotta get my OBS figured out. I keep saying that. I don't have the time to do it, but I gotta... JohnMegacycle here, another episode of OpenTTD. This is the summary video for our OpenTTD tournament. Oh, what was this one? Desert. I believe Desert Theme is what I called it. This was a real straightforward tournament. This was just on the subtropical landscape style. I actually didn't know it was subtropical. I've been calling it desert ever since I was a kid. Desert Theme. I've just been calling it that, so whatever. Anyway, this tournament didn't have any thrills or chills or spills. Let me get the rules up real quick here. I keep forgetting to do that beforehand. They're all the same in my mind because we've been doing this for so long. But real quick, map size 512 by 512, max loan 500,000 USD. The duration of the game is 20 years from 1980 to the year 2000. That takes about like 4 hours and 30 minutes to 5 hours, somewhere right around there, like IRL time to play 20 years. It was about 3 weeks for the tournament duration. The only new GRFs we had was increased terraforming costs and first name cities. So this was a battle for company value. Whoever did the very best in the game that had the very best company value was the winner. So we had a bunch of players opt into play, but not a lot that actually completed. It's still early in the year. So let's see here. We've got server 1 is Bodhi or Body. I keep mispronouncing that. You're seeing the passwords. It doesn't matter. Tournament's all done. No big deal. So Body Transport. Let's take a look. Yeah, still pause. Let's take a look at the map real quick first. Yep, you can see the first name, town names in effect. Rebecca, Alan, Jessica, Anthony, Amber. A lot of stuff like that. Boats? Am I seeing boats? Bodhi with the boats. No, Body. I still don't know how to pronounce properly, and I apologize. And that music is just kicking. Okay. Looks like a mostly passenger route. Let's take a look at the overall network. Let's take a look at some of the other routes. So, no lumber mills. That's something that I found on my run, and I'm very confident some of the other players have as well. There's actually, let's talk about that real quick before we get even farther into this. In the actual industry chain, if you look at goods, there's actually a couple ways to make goods. The way I went is via the factory. The factory can receive copper ore, rubber, or wood. Now, wood in the normal game is like a managed forest, and that produces the lumber that you then take to a sawmill. The sawmill then produces the goods. Here, it's a little different. It's just a lumber mill. Lumber mill produces wood, and it goes to a factory. That's it. The lumber mill doesn't require any requisite resources. You can get a ton of product quick, fast, right? So that's something we're going to be looking for in each of these runs. But it looks very straightforward, clean lines. I like it. Let's see here. Any real points of interest? Just really quick. Some of these. Okay, so we've got a bunch of the fruit stuff going on here, which is interesting. The F hub for fruit hub. I'm guessing. Very nice systems. I really like the tunneling instead of the bridges. In my mind, I don't really see too much of a difference other than bridges have speed restrictions. Tunnels don't, because tunnels use the same line as everything else. There's no speed limit on the lines, I guess. I don't think on regular rail lines, like, there's a limit. There might be like an upper limit, like, I don't know, 300 kilometers an hour or something. I'm not sure. But bridges have upper limits, and they tell you you have upper limits when you build them. I want to see what junctions like this look like. So this is bringing what? Probably the corn. Yes, this is bringing corn to... Yep, keep going. Either to there, or it's just keep it going. There's going to be a... Yep, so there's a processing plant. And then that produces the food and sends it elsewhere. Oh, okay. That's interesting. They split the line into 1 or 2 different paths here. I like it. straightforward and it works. Yeah, that's plenty legal. Yeah, nicely done. Nicely done. What else of interest we got going on here? Just looking at the overall map. We'll check a couple of junctions, a couple of stations. Yep, pretty standard split through right here. Takes two lines, one line coming in, one line going out, and splits it off into like a 1-3 and then a 2-4, depending on how you want to get that situated. So that's what's going on right there. A train that's coming in can either go to station, I'm just going to call this, if we're counting from left to right, can go to slot number 2 or slot number 4. And as it's leaving, it'll reform into the line, right? To the main line going back out. So that works out pretty well. Oh, let's talk about value here. 71.7 million. Let me get that written down real quick here. 71.7. Okay. B. President B. Okay, now, one of the recommendations from... is this what I want? That is what I want. One of the recommendations from CyberPsycho was to sort by... really loud music. Was to sort by shared orders, if that was a thing. Group by shared orders. Oh, let's do it the other way. Boop. Okay. So this is a little bit of a representation for how many trains are doing what. How this is all grouped out. Now, profit this year is going to be 0 across the board because the year literally just started. So look at the profit last year, and that'll tell you about how well it does. So if you want to figure it out per train, this is grouped. So you'll have to take like, so 2.2 million. I think this is food. Yeah, food. So 2.2 million. Just divide that by 13. That gives you the average of all those routes. Or you could just pop it open like we did, open it up by the group, and it shows the shared orders, and it shows you all of them itemized. These trains, as you can see, are transporting pretty much the same product to the same location, right? Obviously, because the shared orders, but like what I really wanted to point out is their money should be very similar. Now, if there was a deadlock or something that might have screwed up some of these, maybe they're also relatively all staggered in the same way. I guess one of the things to look here is like if there's like 6 of the trains that are working great and 6 that aren't, for example, maybe that can help you determine an anomaly. Maybe the first 6 did deliver their order successfully and then got deadlocked, and the other 6 have been deadlocked all year or something. But there's a lot of inferences you can get from these observations that can help out to kind of get stuff going on. So, good stuff there. There were some trucks. Nope, there were some boats. A little bit of money, yeah. Not too bad. Group by shared orders. Yeah, it's all the same thing. It's going from Issa to Edward. These are passenger boats. Yep. All there is to it. Lakewell 300. Not bad. Not bad at all. I don't know really what else to mention about this map. There's a couple of things that are different in terms of industry, if we want to talk about that, like just overall differences about the map and the tile set to begin with. There's, you could probably see at the bottom. Let me get the industry thing up. Let's see here. Copper ore, diamond, food processing, fruit plantation, lumber mill, rubber plantation, water supply, water tower, all different. Banks are still in the regular template, but banks produce their own valuables, and you take them to each other banks or whatever, so that's kind of how that functions. Realistically, the map is mostly the same. Like, it's the same idea, right? Take products from A to B, but the tile sets and stuff make it a little different. Also, just some things to mention, some of the rules are also a little altered. In the normal temperate style, the way we've been playing mostly, what'll happen is oil, what are they called? Oil wells. Let's see if we can go find an oil well. There it is. Oil wells will eventually dry out. In this one, though, they slowly gain production. I think they just slowly just get better and better and better on this map template. So there are some rules that change up some of the stuffs. Oh, let's take a look also at production. Sort by produced. Okay. Some good growth here. Hundreds. Yeah. That looks pretty good. Is this one not tapped? Okay, it started out that way. Alright, that's fine. But this also gives a good idea when it comes to production levels, like I said before. So when we check other maps and we do other summaries, what we'll hopefully see is like similar things like, man, there's like 2 or 3 of these that are like 400, and then we could jump into it and be like, well, how's the logistics around that to make that better? Yeah, so this is this is producing 240 tons of food. That's fine. Oil well and fruit. Yeah, okay. So non-feeder style with a lot of these loadouts, which is totes fine. Everyone's got their own play style. See, some players are very adamant about it. Unload and leave empty. Right, so there's the transfer. That's transferring to Beverly. Oh, the F hub. Or let's see, is that coming? Yeah, it's coming all the way here and leaving empty, right? So that's cashing out 400 fruit. Yeah, easy. Okay. And then where's the food being taken to? Tons of food. Beverly, Nancy. Nancy is here. So really good distance on those runs. Yeah. Does that... Yeah, it just cuts right in there. Cool. Okay. Not too bad. So body with 71.7 mil. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Let's move on to the next. Who else finished? Cyber Psycho, I believe this is their map. Psychotic Transport, absolutely. Okay. Let's take a gander at their map before we dig into anything. A little higher complexity. Oh, thanks, John. Duh. What a sweetie. A little heart and everything. Oh, that's great. It makes every single time I see that, that makes me smile. So, couple things, couple observations right out the gate is this 26 lumber mill. So Cyber Psycho picked up on the extra gimmick or whatever. I didn't actually realize it personally until like the middle of the match. I think I noticed it early enough, but I didn't actually implement it until the middle. So I want to make that clear. Like, you can kind of see clusters of 2 or 3 around. So Cyber Psycho really pushed into that. Yeah, pretty freaking heavily. So let's just grab 1 or 2 of these and take a little bit of a gander. Oh, what the heck? Wow, some little water features and stuff? Ah. Okay, so where's this going? Okay, so this is just getting dumped off. Holy crap. How big are these trains? No, that's not what I wanted. 500 crates. Good lord. Okay, there's a lot to unpack. Realistically, everything is going to be bringing... Yeah, supply to here, and then the goods are going... Where? Juan Forest, Jessica West, Yulia Forest, Arthur Forest. You are the goods, aren't you? Yeah, okay. Okay, so Juan Forest is where you're picking up. Jessica West. Let's find Jessica West. Where's the... Oh, isn't Jessica way up here? No, it's Lawrence, Rebecca... Jessica. I might be just too tired. Let's try this. Oh, okay, that's a bit of a run. Yeah, for sure. This goes to Jessica West and dumps off. And then where does this go? This is right-hand drive. Oh my god, these trains are huge. And then you're going to Arthur Forest. And then you're going to Yulia Forest. Okay, so what he's trying to do here, and this is kind of similar as to what was done with the Truck Lord, is what he's trying to do is he's trying to maximize train profits. So, I knew it was going to be you again. That same track. Let's talk about trains, right? Trucks and logistics and everything in general. What normally happens with any amount of logistics is it's all one way, right? What do I mean by that? Let's say you order a package from a popular internet distribution site. Whatever your preference, doesn't matter. What happens is the logistics goes one way. The destination is your house. You're not also adding stuff to the truck to take back, right? Unless you have like a return maybe, but how often is that? I don't know. I don't really do online shopping. I try to buy local and blah, 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 blah. So anyway, the logistics stops there once it hits your house. That means fuel still has to be spent to get the truck from your house after making delivery to come all the way back, right? So what Cyberpsycho's attempted to do here, which I think is executed very well, is they are picking up freight, dropping off freight, and then trying to pick up freight immediately again instead of coming all the way back and then going out again. So here, let's walk through. So from here, this spot right here on the map, they're starting here. They're going up to Jessica for one run. So pick up, drop off. They are then going over here to the west to pick up and then drop off again. So if we take what I just said before, like a truck has product inside of it, or a train has product inside of it 50% of the time, right? It loads up, it makes the journey out, it unloads the cargo, it makes the journey back with empty, with nothing in it. So if a train is only full 50% of the time, that means it's only making money 50% of the time. If we take a look at this and do some really rough math, the only time it doesn't have product is this gap right here in between Jessica and, what is this, Yulia? No, this isn't Yulia. What is this? Arthur. Between Jessica and Arthur, it has no cargo. Between Yulia and, are these Juan? Between Yulia and Juan, it has no cargo. So just by looking at this, just like rough mental math, right? I'm not going to get out a ruler and measure space or anything. Let's say 80%. So from going from 50% to 80% utilization, the trains themselves are making way more money, right? And because of this loadout in this map with the lumber mills, Cyberpsycho has ensured that every single stop has product. So the trains are like, even though they're hauling 500 crates of goods, I'm sure they're not waiting very long at all. How much are you producing? Almost 2,000 crates of goods last month. That makes sense. Let's go find Juan. How much are you producing? Oh, 2,000 crates again. Yeah, so let's just rough mental math. That's 3 and some extra trains at 500 piece. That's really smart. So all these are just routes to feed the factory. This system works for another reason. Producing product is instantaneous. Darn near instantaneous. When you are cutting the raw material, that takes time. So let's say lumber in the normal game. Well, that's a bad example. Let's say oil. It takes a while to pull the oil out of the ground, get it on the train, get it moving. But the moment it reaches the refinery, is unloaded, bam, it's goods. It's goods immediately. So there's no real throughput problems. Like, you bring product here as quickly as you can. The sawmills aren't really the moneymaker. They're nice, but they're not really the moneymaker. What is the moneymaker is the goods, right? Actually, I take that back because we did check that out. Wasn't wood kind of high? Oh, wow, it's stupidly high. I remembered it being high. I didn't remember it being that high. That's crazy. Okay, let's go through some shared orders and stuff. Shared orders, group buy, good stuff. 20 million last year? Wow. let's take that into consideration a little bit. 4 years of Cyberpsycho's playthrough with just his goods producers, just his goods transportation network, would swallow up Body's company value. That's crazy. I didn't do much better. 4 years would have swallowed up mine too. When we get to the final numbers, I think you'll be a little delighted as to how close this tournament was for first and third place. Anyway, some trucks. Yep. These are mostly doing transfer. Group by shared order. These are probably profit via transfer. Yeah. Let's see here. Probably still really a good distance. Yeah, for a truck, still not a bad distance. Yeah, that's not a bad distance at all. So that's smart. Aircraft? Boats? None of those. None of that. Let's take a look at the industry directory. Sort by production. Again, the crates of goods we can largely ignore because they'll produce goods instantaneously the second they have the raw material. So that's I'm not super interested about that. What I am interested is this. Nope, that's a food processing plant. Not interested. 243 tons of corn, 234,000 liters of water. The wood I'm also not super worried about because those numbers started really, really high. But let's take a look at least these two, the corn and the water. So how is this set up? Pretty straightforward. No feeder station, no nothing. Go to Aaron Forest. Arena Valley, that means Aaron Forest is right there. Yep, very simple, very straightforward. Not too shabby. And then the water supply. Similar deal. Similar deal. Smaller trains, which is not a bad idea. The smaller trains keep asking the question to the producer. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? That's kind of what really helps, is asking the question over and over and over and over again to facilitate growth. So, this is well implemented. You have your giga trains. You have your huge, huge trains just hauling freight from A to B when you know there's going to be availability. And then for the raw material ones, you have smaller trains to keep asking the question more frequently of, hey, you got stuff? You got stuff? You got stuff? What's going on? I'm a little curious about... Oh, does this accept water? Oh, it accepts water. Okay. Very cool. I don't think I have any other real notes for this. Very well done, as always. Any other layouts I should really be paying attention to? This intersection looks a little feisty. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say here. Oh, let's take a look at... What are you filled with? Tons of food from Aaron South. Okay, oh yeah, let's take a look at the rest of the shared train orders. Sort by... Yeah, number of vehicles is fine. Passenger. This is food. And then what is this? Lumber, probably. Yep, tons of wood. Still pretty profitable. Yeah. I don't think I have any other notes. Well done, Cyberpsycho. What'd you end up on? 268.7 million. Holy crap. Yep. Well done. Took the mechanic of the game and leveraged the hell out of it. Well done. Yeah, this is an uncommon thing. This isn't something that's like you place a thing and it just cranks out material like that, or even that high. So, anyway, good stuff. Let's go ahead and skip on to the next. Let's see here. Cinder Elm Creek is next. Boop. Woods and Goods Company. Woods and Goods. I like the sound of that. Okay, let's do this in reverse order. Let's check your 273.5. So Cinder Elm Creek is so far in the lead by 5 million. 5 million is the difference between them and CyberPsycho. That's insane. Oh, I got another thanks, John. I love it when people sign it like that. That's so cool. You can't see. I don't do webcams. You can't see me, but I'm blushing like crazy. All right. Very, very different. This is very, 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 very different to what CyberPsycho had. But their net results were very similar. By different, I mean track layout. So just take a look at this track layout. CyberPsycho was far wider, getting more of the map, right? Whereas this one for Cinder Elm Creek, much more compact. A significant level of compactness. Actually, how many trains? 108 trains. Okay, I was gonna be like, there seems like there's got to be way less trains on this, but maybe not. We'll take a gander. Let's take a look at some of the pressure points. Again, very much pushed into the lumber mill, right? So I've got the lumber mill highlighted. You can see it flashing on the map. Very strong in that. Seems like they might have just beelined for that after getting maybe a passenger route or two going on. I would guess the Kevin to Avenida is passengers. Yep. I bet you any money this little route here, bing, bang, boom, that gets their starting capital. And then everything else is sawmills, baby. What are these? Yep. Those are copper mines, which will also go to factories. So here's a factory, right? Is that the only factory? No. That can't be. Well, let's work our way through this a little bit, right? Close you. So we've got our raw materials coming from all over the place. I'm going to guess it's dropping off in Justin Forest. And Justin Forest is acting like a bit of a feeder station. Let's see, this comes out like this, goes in, comes back out, comes in, gets dropped. Oh, you're actually picking up wood. So do we have someone that's dropping off? Yes, transfer and leave empty. Wait, I think I'm dumb. Oh, Aaron, yeah, I am dumb. I'm reading these wrong. Okay, so this is acting like a feeder station. Trains from Aaron Valley and Margarita are dropping off here, and then it's being picked up and pulled over all the way to here. So that's pretty cool. I like that a lot. Goods are then being produced and probably fed. Actually, this probably looks like this is going to be... Yeah, okay. Let's just take a look at some of the maps. Or the orders. Shared orders. 7 mil? 5 mil? Dang. Okay. Let's pick your brain. Okay, that's where you're dropping off. So Kevin is getting the stuff. Okay, so from there to Kevin... A little bit of a shorter route than I would have expected, but still not shabby. Realistically, taking a really wide lens look at this, I'm not seeing any other products being utilized. Aside from stuff that could help the factory. Let's take another gander at this. Yeah, goods trains, right? Yep. Goods trains, woods trains, right? Yep. So goods, woods, passenger. This is copper ore, passenger. Yeah, that's the brunt of it, really. So Woods and Goods Co. definitely lives up to its name, without a doubt. I want to check out some of these other junctions. I'm just gonna be so pedantic about the music. This looks really solid. Junctions like this always bug me because I'm afraid I'm gonna have too many trains. And really, realistically, this isn't a problem considering, like, check out their score, right? I mean, there were no issues, or they were quickly remedied or whatever, but I mean, all this must have just run so smoothly. I think if we gave it 5 more years, I think Cyberpsycho would have overcome Cinder Elm Creek. But given the constraint, they nailed it. Yeah. I don't really have any other notes. I don't have anything else to really go on. Everything is very crisp. It's very straightforward. It's really neat. Like as a developer, a computer developer, program developer, system admin, like whatever. It's nice when you find someone's documentation, for example, and it's like, okay, I know exactly what this does. No argument, no complaint. I know what this code does. Bam. Not to whatever on anyone else, but like this is a very clean example. This player knew what they wanted to do, and they did just that. Realistically, yeah. So very straightforward, very clean. I like it. Approved. Trucks? Any trucks? Passenger trucks. Probably to improve town growth. Yep. Couple of buses going on there. No boats, no trains. Let's check out the industry directory. Now this is most likely going to be wood. Yeah, wood and goods, right? There's nothing. Yeah, a little bit of copper ore. I think that's it. Yeah. So really high numbers again, 180, 225, right around. That's how they start. They start out ridiculously done. What else? Was there anything else we need to check? Industry, all that. Profit, I think. There was something else I wanted to look at here, and I can't remember what it is. Not a lot of players emphasizing town growth. Realistically, it wasn't a super necessary part of this tournament. It was before. I think the last tournament we had was City Builder, or maybe it was the one before that. But we've gone through that pace with the script, and that was interesting. It was very interesting to see all the players' different ways to approach it. So, anyway, I actually don't have any more notes for this, so thank you very much, Cinder Elm Creek. So currently, right now, it's Cinder Elm Creek, Cyberpsycho, and Body. Again, I apologize, I'm probably mispronouncing that. I think the last one's just mine, right? Yeah, four players finished. We had 7 or 8 players interested, and that's okay. Not too bad. So John T. Megacycle Transport, 71.6 million. So here's how this breaks down. Cinder Elm Creek, Cyberpsycho, Body with 71.7 million, and me with 71.6 million. Yeah. Stupidly close, so I'm in last place. Again, sad. It's fine. I don't care. I play this for fun. So again, I took a very maybe square-ish approach as well. I tried to take over the whole map, and you can kind of see my layout. Again, compare my layout versus all the other players. You can kind of see everyone's play style, right? This is why I host these tournaments. This is so much fun for me, just to see how everyone attacks the same problem differently, right? Same thing like if you play Minecraft, you have a bunch of Minecraft players. You're like, build a house. That's it. Build a house. That's all I'm asking you to do. Build a house. Some people will literally dig down 2 squares and put a square above their head. Boom. Mi casa, mofo. And it's like, cool, that's your house. Fine. Some people will actually do like, they'll make like a studio apartment, and then like that's the house. Like it's a large 1 room or something, and that's it. That's the kitchen, the bathroom, or whatever. I think you have people that build like skyscrapers. It's like, that's my house, and it's like, that's your one house. Holy crap, insane. That's why I love hosting these, because everyone gets a different take on it, and it's neat. So I tried to diversify a little bit. You can kind of see all my routes, very straightforward. I didn't get into the lumber mill game until like halfway, so you can see I only got to 10. So I didn't do nearly as well as the others. Also, I did not really get a firm grasp on how the grouping up worked. If you go check Cinder Elm Creek and Cyberpsycho's builds, you can see they have a lot of these clumps, these very clean clumps right next to each other, and it works out pretty freaking well for transportation. So they do a really good job with everything. Let's see. So let's top down mine, yeah. Let's do this. Not too bad. I should have made longer trains. I think I wanted to play more like the way Cyberpsycho had theirs set up. I think I like that approach a little bit better. But you can see last year, 6 mil with 25 trains. Yeah, did not make nearly as much as the other players, but I'm still really happy about it. So that is our, goods and food, and then goods and goods, and then everything else to supplement and complement all that. I didn't do trucks, did I? Oh, I did 2 buses to help build up some town growth, to which I will mention that I don't know what the heck I did, but 43,000? This is the biggest city I've ever built on accident. I don't know what I did. I could not tell you what I did. I'm doing passenger service from here to somewhere else. I built 4 other stations, and then I built 1 truck to push back and forth, and that's it. That's all I did. I still don't fully understand the rules. I've read the rules a dozen times. I've had people tell me what the rules are a dozen times. I still have no idea how that worked. But anyway, I've got my own little drop-off nodes, and I had a little bit of issue with loading and unloading, so I tried to implement waypoints and stackers. I tried to be a little creative about it. To be absolutely honest, I was working a lot of hours when I hit this up, and I was pretty freaking exhausted about it overall. I thought I had more to say there. I guess I didn't. So I was just like, you know what? It's due tomorrow. Let's just do this thing. I want to play so bad, but I'm going to perform poorly. Yeah, and that's fine. I had fun with it all the same. This was not thought out well at all, but stacker stations to drop off, and then there's other drop off, and then there's load. I did it the same way again this time. I did waypoints. So to make sure, when I had a station, my logic was if I have, was it 2, 4, 6? I have 6 lanes, right? I said I want 2 of those lanes to be drop off. I want to make sure that if something's coming in, it drops off, it gets the heck out of Dodge. But if it's loading, it might take a while. So I added these waypoints, and I just added to each rule, if you're going to drop stuff off, go to Justin Waypoint. Boop. If you're going to pick stuff up, go to Justin Waypoint 2, feed you into a stacker. The stacker can then act as a buffer in case there's any delay. I could have another 6 trains or something, and it won't matter. But what I wanted to make sure is we don't have a backup that clogs everything up. Now, what I should have done was this cool new thing the kids are into called mental math. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Is that correct? Mental math? And been like, well, based on throughput and how much we're producing, I don't need this many trains, or I could actually do way more trains and it wouldn't matter. But I didn't do any of that crap. So, that's all there is to that. I tried to plug everything into everything because that's what I really like to do. And, yeah, that was kind of fun. Here, we already checked that station. We checked that station. Everything else wasn't really that complex. When it came down to it, I was like, man, let's just do like 2 or 3 of these sawmill things. And get as many goods as we possibly can, and then just go to town. Yeah, not too bad. So let's check the industry directory. Sort by, yep, there we go. The food, the goods, I don't really care about. The wood, I don't care about. 216 tons of fruit, not too bad. 180,000 tons of rubber, not bad. I actually didn't even do feeder stations or anything for some of these. Wood. Fruit. I did do a feeder station with that. Copper ore. Corn. Actually, the one I was really impressed about is I think this started off as like 80. This started off as like 50. This one really didn't get too far. But that's alright. So, I was really happy with everything. Still a fun thing to do. So, let's go ahead, get to the main menu, and let's wrap this sucker up. Let's see here. I got my notes. First place is going to go to Cinder Elm Creek for 273.5 million. Cyberpsycho in second place for 268.7 million. Body at 71.7 million. and JohnMegacycle myself at 71.6 million. It's amazing how close first and second place was, and third and fourth place was. So, like, how close first place was for a fight and how close third place was. And I mentioned that earlier. That was pretty freaking interesting. So, thank you very much for everyone who participated and those who checked out this video and all. If you'd like to join the next OpenTTD tournament, don't hesitate. Join our Discord server. The description has all the information you need to connect and join and meet new friends and everything. And I host these things as frequently as I can, which is averaging about once every like 5 weeks, every 6 weeks, something like that. We vote on a theme, we play that theme, we do the whole thing, and then I do these summary videos to make sure everyone's builds are highlighted, and we do our best to check it out. And that's it. Rinse, repeat. We have a good time. That's all there is to it. So thank you very much for joining me, and I hope to catch you next time. Hey there, guys, gals, fans, and pals. Thanks for checking out my video. I also want to take a moment to thank all my supporters and donators, and if you'd like to join up with me and game with my crew, all the information to get connected is in the description below. Thanks again, and I hope to catch you next time.